In terms of what's happening with the trade talks, we've asked you from time to time because you are somebody who speaks to the White House and speaks to leaders in China. You have a good idea of what's happening on both sides of this equation. Where would you say we are right now in terms of maybe hitting a deal?
Well, it's the perils of Pauline. We've been through a lot of different cycles here in 2.5 years, and the reason for that is that China has, in the last 40 years, had more growth than, I think, any country in history. It's an astonishing miracle what they did, but they did it behind tariff walls. They did it behind markets that are not accessible. They did it with other, approaches to intellectual property than are shared in the developed world. And so their desire to give all of that up and the very high growth rate is obviously low. On the other hand, the West has really suffered. Developed world has suffered, and we've got 40% of our people, who are really hurting in this country. Whether it's can't write a $400 check, don't pay income tax. It's not because there's something they don't want to do. It's just they're hurt, and so that leads the developed world to say to China, we gotta rebalance this. This is working for you. It's not working for us. And so when you make that kind of approach, they realize that they need to do changes. They've got their own internal political, things going on with their hardliners who just like to continue. The reformers who recognize it's good for China. So we've had these experiments of getting close, right, somebody backing away. Now, as the countries look like they're decoupling, and together they're between 35 and 40% of the world economy. This is huge, these two countries. These aren't two regular countries. They affect everybody. If your emerging markets company in China slows, you can't sell to them. If we start slowing, which we are, China is slowing, and Europe is slowing, and Europe's going to have a tough time stimulating itself. It's affecting the whole world. So at this point, this round, I think China recognizes that everybody going their own way, U.S. and China decoupling, is not good for them, because it's just going to slow growth rates. And it's going to slow the whole world. So it's time to get together. And it's interesting. They're sending what I think I saw on your show was called a low-level delegation. It's not so low. It's vice ministers. And the reason they're going to come over, typically, is they're going to tell you what the terms of trade are. Yeah. This is the pre-meeting. And if they do it right, our negotiators will know what's really on the table, which makes it much easier when Liu He, the vice premier, and his senior group come over. So this is set up better than the last things where people fly across oceans, have a 2-hour meeting, and say, let's schedule the next meeting. So we'll see what happens. I would doubt there's a miracle cure in one meeting. It doesn't work like that.